Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus, and the esteemed Sentai series Jetman has arrived as the first semi-retro ranger series in SH Figuarts. This is Red Hawk, Ryu Tendo, leader of the team and predecessor to the image of the first Red Power Ranger. With the help of a Birdonic charge from HLJ, it's time to start the review. What's a Gacha Man? That would have been a hit in 91. What ain't a Gacha Man is this great sculpt of the Red Hawk suit, capturing the details of the costume and the physique of the suit actor to some degree. While the smoothness of the suit is broken up for the sake of articulation, Red Hawk goes for the risky business of putting the swivel usually found on the bicep inside of the shoulder sculpt. This helps preserve the profile of the upper body in general, especially with the great mid-shoulder sleeve pieces. The belt buckle, bird-like shoulder-padded chest piece, and helmet are well sculpted, something I'm glad to see on the most iconic parts of the suit. As for paint, Red Hawk is a clean job all around. I'm particularly impressed by how strong the yellow details are against the red and white. It doesn't come off as thinly applied, which is a common problem with that color. If anything's weird, it'd be the highly glossy helmet against the flat matte coat on the rest of the figure from the neck down. Let's do some poseability testing on Red Hawk, and let's just, oh, there go all those accessories, and these silly things are just gonna get out of our way. I'll talk about that. This guy's got your basic Figuarts poseability skeleton. There's nothing really of note other than maybe his ab crunch is a little bit limited going forward and backward and tilting. It's one of those ones where the sculpting all just kind of hits each other. The thing I want to really highlight here are his shoulders, though, because this guy's doing that Shinken Red thing, but I think way better. His sleeve is fantastic, and I find it doesn't really get in the way of the faux bicep swivel. He doesn't feel nearly as limited tilting his arm this way, and it's pretty great. Red Hawk feels like a fantastic standard to set for Sentai Figuarts that don't want to have a cut in the bicep. Even though his ab crunch isn't fantastic, the waist joint still is all nice and ballular. His hips are Figuarts hips, so they do this thing. That's weird. The only other thing that I've heard brought up about this guy, I don't really find it a problem, but some people have said that his knees are a little bit Play Arts Kai in the way they look when they're double bent, as in they don't look naturally double bent at all. I won't argue that it would have been nice to have some kind of kneecap piece on here to slide around and make that feel a bit more full, but it's no big problem to me. His ankles have got a good range of ankle tiltability. They've got that lovely Figuarts thing that's been going on ever since Figuarts started to ditch the diecast, which is that they can tilt pretty well. So you can totally roll his ankle and have him just start walking around. He's going to leap down out of his jet. It's going to land on an ankle going, "Oh God, I can't walk anymore. Someone save the day instead of me. I'm going to lie down." Yay! 5 pairs of hands are packed in with Red Hawk. He's got the requisite Figuarts fist for punching dimensions, and 2 sets of holding things hands. One pair can hold his bringer sword, while the other pair are adjusted for use with either his bird blaster or combined jet hand cannon. Another pair of hands are designed around his signature pose, though the PlasticVault.com's The Rainer has the forever made me see them as air quotes posing pieces. Red Hawk's final pair of hands are open and kinda calm, but really meant for wings deployed flight poses. Speaking of the wings, they are quite easy to swap in, being attached to an entirely removable backplate. I think this may be the first SH Figuarts release to do this. It gives you a weird look inside the workings of his chest and arm joints and everything, and I think it's a smart way to pull off the unique way the Jetmen took flight. As for the rest of the weapons, the Bird Blaster and Bringer Sword are clean and simple accessories. A separate jet hand cannon represents their combined forms, while a folded-up Bringer Sword can be stored on Red Hawk's belt. That belt's holsters are the weakest part of this figure, unfortunately. They hold the folded Bringer Sword and Bird Blaster, in theory, but lack any kind of grip on the accessories once they're placed inside. It is way too easy for either piece to just fall out. Also, the holsters attach using a peg and L-hook that makes them just awkward enough to easily bump loose. I really wish these had been done both in PVC and slightly smaller so there'd be a bit more grip. Finally, Red Hawk includes an alternate fist that's permanently gripping his wing gauntlet. It's definitely preferable to having yet another hand that'd need to be threaded into the device, feeling a lot more solid to attach and detach. Like the rest of Red Hawk's arsenal, this retro weapon design is represented cleanly and simply. A part swap is needed to open the small red wings on the gauntlet, and I don't know if that was necessary. It could have been a hinged piece and looked just as good in my opinion. Most curiously, Red Hawk comes with a large jet winger accessory that I don't think he ever used in Jetman. However, through a lot of testing here at Vangelus Central, I discovered that it can work with these weird unofficial Sentai figures I picked up the other day. It plugs into their backs snugly and lets them use the inordinate power of rainbow-tinted flight, if you wave them around a whole bunch. A nice bonus to be sure, and sadly entirely removed from the Bluefin North American release. I guess they don't cotton to no unofficial Sentais. Red Hawk is a hard SH Figuarts Sentai man to peel apart. He's quite solid all around, even pulling off the Shinkenger bicep swivel better than his predecessors, thanks to his great shoulder blade sleeve pieces. His major problems are in his accessories. His holsters kinda suck, and his lack of a beak smasher and smash bomber are really stark in light of all of the other stuff he comes with. However, if you're cool with just leaving his holsters aside and ignoring his upgraded firearm from the show, Red Hawk is a really solid and polished figure. He has tons of play options, bears many posing options, and makes me chomp at the bit for the rest of his team if they can all feel this well made. Sentai and even Gatchaman fans will get a lot out of this guy, and I definitely recommend him if you're into the idea of adding some Birdonic power to your shelf. Anyway, this has been Internet Personality Vangelus. I hope this video's been helpful somehow, because the next Red Warrior we meet will take us on a big, damn adventure.